Kind of a funny story, and I'm sure a lot of people will remember this about Phil Robinson. He did an interview on with a magazine, and he spoke about all kinds of things that mattered to him, that weren't necessarily politically correct. It's just who the guy was. Right?
He took a big swing.
It was a big swing.
Right.
And he did it, and he stood up to it, and he owned it, and it was his truth. And it's impressive. More and more people should be that way. It affected me personally because I was trying to go over the production company's head to the head guy for all talent of A&E, who was responsible for every single talent personality on that network, Neil Cohen. You know, the production company was making X amount of dollars, and I thought I needed to make more. Excuse me if that bothers you. And I had an appointment set up with him via phone for this specific day. Well, it just so happens that that day, prior to that meeting, is when this story broke with Phil Robinson on GQ. I called Neil the next day, that morning, to call him. And I said, how's things going? He said, you have no idea what a shitstorm I am dealing with here today over that deal yesterday. From that, obviously my meeting was canceled, right? Well, I'm nothing, right? And that was done. And then a whole bunch of execs at A&E got canned, axed by, and I'm telling you, that move he made changed a whole lot of things. But at that point, when he did that, I was impressed with it, even though it took away that meeting that I had that I was hoping to make some more money, you know. And I respect him. Rest in peace. You really shook him up, buddy. Yeah. Having the courage and the conviction to speak to the things that were important to him and not be swayed by a business that's trying to get ratings and has a, quote, ethics that they deal with. I wasn't really involved in like major confrontational, topics like he was. It was just a time in history, right? We're going through all this stuff and there's all this things and people are on both sides of the fence, religion and gay, lesbian stuff. You're not going to gain popularity from the people that don't like it. You may even lose popularity or, which equates to dollars and cents. If I had gone to the level that he did, they would have just booted me right off the show. And that may have been just fine. I don't know. He was rock solid. That's what I believe. And he spoke it. And he did interviews to that regard, and it just ignited a wildfire of controversy. For them to stand up to that is so impressive. It just speaks to the character of that man. He just was rock solid in his beliefs and did not care. And I'm so impressed by that and inspired by it.